Between them, West Perth and Claremont have won the past 3 premierships.
The underdogs, they have trounced their opposition.
But those titles meant little in round 1 of 2014 as both clubs began the year on the wrong side of the scoreboard. West Perth fell to the Sharks, Claremont were thumped by Perth, and so celebrations and expectations built on recent history must be quickly cast aside. A new season brings new challenges, and for Claremont, a new coach.
Very important to make that transition smoothly.
Can Michael Broadbridge guide his revamped Tigers side to a win, or will it be home sweet home for Bill Monaghan's men?
You think we're premiership favourites? Well, that's flattering.
Live from the Falcons' nest in Joondalup, this is the WAFL.
Come on, the Falcons.
Go the mighty Tigers.
It's been lost to the club. And looking at that lineup, Darren, unsuccessful last week, but pretty much keeping with the same team.
Yeah, there's 17 premiership players there today, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Anthony Stalikas play again. He was the hard luck story last year, so to see him come out and have an impact will be great.
And Bill Monaghan, the premiership coach, is with Michael Genovese.
Oh, you certainly do. To East Fermanaghl's credit, they were good. They were up and about early. They put us under good pressure. It meant our ball use was pretty poor. Took us a while to get it right. When we got it right, it was okay, but it's way too late. You know, as you said, 20 minutes of footy isn't good enough to win. Mind you, it nearly got us there, so we just need to change a few things up this week.
Very proud moment there for Bill Monaghan, and you see on the left of the screen the recently retired Jason Salisic, the captain of the premiership side, and what a great feeling it is. A terrific thrill doing something that all clubs aspire to. The flag that they worked so hard for last. To Davies. Hand passes to Orzell. Orzell, another hand pass. Now Murphy, the skipper, has got it right in the middle of the arena. Spreads it out wide, and that was good vision too. To Knott, who goes into the pocket. The lead from Foster. Well, he's got an abundance of energy, Andrew Foster, hasn't he? Just never stops running.
Can he go the distance here? He was a bit short last kick from about the same distance. No?
Yeah. Well, he's on a much more acute angle, and that's very loose checking by West Perth, because somehow Richardson, who's already been prominent, was allowed to find too much space in the pocket and take an easy mark.
Good coaching spin. Questioned his distance and passed it off beautifully then. Well played.
Michael Broadbridge and his entourage will be hoping that the young man can steer this one through. He's obviously a young player with plenty of ability, and that's a great shot from the acute angle that he was on. Not the best pocket to be in spin for a right footer, but he made light of it, and the first goal on the board at the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. Gives them a chance to run and leave. Two West Perth players really spoilt each other. Away they come. Knott got the first hand pass. Now there's a chance for Ledger, who goes back to the goal square. A bit risky, especially since it's found a way through Franz's legs. Comedy of errors almost. Ball seemingly very hard to pick up. Atchison went down under a bump from Guadnan, and now the whistle directly in front of goal. West Perth are going to get a free kick, and Shane Nelson the recipient.
He's just a ball magnet, Nelson. He obviously, you mentioned before, he had 37 times last week, but outstanding player for West Perth.
Just a clumsy effort by Matty Orzell there. As a on-baller or a backman, you've got to make sure you keep out of the back of the forwards.
There goes the kick from Nelson. He makes absolutely no mistake. So that clumsiness becomes a costly error spin with Nelson making no mistake. And you just cannot afford to give free kicks away in front of goal especially.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Orzell comes off the ground now, but, I'm sure that Michael Broadbridge would be wanting that aggression, and aggression's fine. Matty Gordon, a very good body there. It just falls on top of him. Wasn't a lot in it, but that's a free kick. You need to pull him up.
We just didn't have the saddle. That was all.
That's right. But Matty Gordon, and he has the centre clearance when West Perth needed his leadership. He has the attack on the ball at centre forward, and he's the one who spills that ball out in that contest. Great leadership.
They've got they're leading the centre clearances 2-0 at the moment, and this one is going to be a line ball. Now a high tackle. So West Perth certainly putting their bodies in at the moment. Jay Van Berlo, and it's going to be 50 metres against Mark Seaby. Well, gee, things just not going the Tigers' way at the moment.
He'd actually played on the umpire, or obviously not, but he actually played on. I thought, Phil.
Seavey certainly seemed to be arguing the case.
And West Perth have been able to do that, dish it out from their centre bounces or their centre clearances about 4 or 5 times already. Darren,
Yes.
something that Claremont are going to stop.
Yeah, first hand on ball's been great considering Mark Seavey. You know, he was their only winning statistic last week with 35 hitouts. Right on his distance here, Jay Van Berlo. He is a beautiful kick. Right on his distance with the breeze.
Breeze coming across him from the left, but he steered that through brilliantly. Well done by Jay Van Berlo, and again, 3 kicks, too costly for Claremont. Add the 50-metre penalty, and all of a sudden, West Perth out to a 6-point lead.
And we look at the screen, there's Gordon and Van Berlo, both in the middle, big bodies. Gets the free kick here. I'll be interested to see how this looks.
Yeah, he hangs
Tries
on.
to hit it out, and
What was he supposed to do?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I thought he tried to hit the ball out of his hands early, but he didn't actually succeed in that, so I wonder whether it's for that.
Van Berlo, can he have another shot at AFL, do you think?
Look, his character's outstanding. You look at these big body midfielders, yes, I'd say, you know, if I was a club that wanted some character and a big body that can play, I'd pick him.
Foster got a hand pass, but only back in towards Seavey and Guadnan, who's on the ground.
What do you think, Spin?
Up you get, guys.
I think he's got a lot of, you know, good areas of the footy where he could go to the AFL.
Play on.
Chance there for Foster taking in a Guadnan tackle.
No prior.
2
And
fearless
good tackle.
players there. Good tackle, says the umpire. Umpires Jordan Wright, Mark Warrabeck and Scott McPhee this afternoon.
Scott, Claremont free kick.
So a Claremont free kick was something that happened off the footy.
There's a bit of feeling out there, which both teams haven't had a win, which is good to see.
It was just a push over, Phil. There wasn't a lot in it, but it was 50 metres or a free kick.
Atchison from Swan Districts kicked the ball forward. Coonan to Bartholomew. Nelson back to Coonan now. He can get through a bit of traffic rather easily. Hand pass a little clumsy, but Rasmussen ran onto the footy, drives the ball up toward the half-forward line. Beautifully weighted kick, and in very good position was Matt Fowler.
Geez, Rasmussen's running from behind is outstanding, and that's a great kick under pressure. But if you went back and looked at that again, Matt Gordon, and again, he had the chance to go for the football. He comes off, he lays the block. Rasmussen takes the footy, and good positioning by Fowler, just standing off his man by 5 metres, and the space there, the kick was perfect.
Just 1 goal from Matt Fowler last week. He'll want a better return this week. He gives it plenty of elevation. As he put it through, he likes it. And why not? Another goal to West Perth. Eventually, Orzell got the quick kick. Davies, slick hand pass off to Blackwell. He goes with a long kick, but a blind kick again. Unlike Blackwell and Rasmussen, he just can't make a mistake. Jordan Jones on the end of his short pass. A worm burner from Jones. Kerr. Away goes Strike. His kick knocked down by Neitz. Well played. A chance for Holt. Can Claremont get a late goal? They need one. Holt waits for a teammate to come through in the form of Ledger, and that was high and should be down the ground. Gee, I'm not too sure exactly what was going through the mind there of James Batterham.
Play Australia. Play more. Let's go.
But it's a goal to Claremont. Gordon in there again, slung off the footy. Brown trying to crash through. Meeks, though, grubbers the ball toward the goal square. Charging out is Jordan Jones. Blind kick has landed with Ledger now. He's a good kick. He gathers it, puts it onto his boot and hammers it home. Well, Claremont have done all of the attacking in the first 3 minutes of this quarter, and it almost seemed inevitable that they were going to get a goal, and it came off the boot of one of their best players. Because of the work they do, they get trodden on. If you get your foot trodden on by a set of footy boots, it can be pretty painful. But then it just goes away. Guadnan feeds a hand pass defensively to Brown. Good looking kick from Brown. Coonan couldn't take the mark, but his recovery's okay. Gets a bit of a floater off the boot. Neitz for Claremont can emerge from the half back line with a high kick. Towering kick up towards the half forward line. Seavey not in the best position. A couple of West Perth players collided with each other. Rasmussen and Rodder. Oh, and great courage showing there too by Ledger. Now he gets up, but West Perth are on the march. Here's Fowler, kicks to a vacant goal square. Good positioning by Salikas. Maybe a little bit of overacting as well, but almost against the run of play. West Perth should be able to find a goal.
Don't you just love that sort of a contest? Both players, eyes on ball, You know, and it was a fantastic collision. Both players have got up, but because they both go, there's the result. Black goes, ball comes to ground. There's the result for Salikas, who should kick this.
Well, he's got his own kicking style. He comes in, stabs at it, made it interesting, but he's been able to find the major opening. So West Perth have got the goal they needed to get back on even terms with Claremont. Well, no, beg your pardon, they've got themselves in front, but they lead 4 goals, 327 to 3-4.
Them out. Played the game in their half a bit this quarter.
So Adams won the tap, but picking it up there was Darcy Cameron. Hamp. Now not. Looks like a clever play. This one off the outside of his boot was cleverly designed. It favours Foster, who gets one in the back but manages to steer it through. Well done under pressure by Andrew Foster.
And was able to, you know, keep them in a few games. He's a very, very tough player.
Yeah, good inside player as Brown emerges from the goal square. Goes for distance. He got a bit of distance, but it was not a good kick. Camping underneath it. Neats, who just wants to calm things down a bit. Thought about going long. The lead, though, came from Foster, and Foster doesn't let him down. Now, he's too far out to score, you would think. He'll probably go for the top of the goal square. Would be the best option. Seavy's down there. Foster has actually gone for goal, and he's actually got it through. Well, I'd convinced myself he was going to go to the top of the square, went for goal, and I don't think any of the West Perth players anticipated it, Darren. It's almost got under their guard.
Having spent a fair bit of time at this oval, that is the hardest place to kick a goal at Joondalup, and it almost bounced on the goal line in the end, didn't it? It was well done by Mark Seavey in the goal square. I think we have a look.
I think he was surprised as anyone else.
But again, Foster's having you know, when the ball's in his area, he's having a very big impact for Claremont.
2 goals in this quarter.
Well, you know, we talked about earlier, you know, Claremont replacing the goal kickers that they've lost from last year, and someone has to stand up. So Anton Hamp not having a huge impact at the moment, so someone has to put their hand up, and Foster's doing that at the moment.
And Claremont in front, they lead by 4 points, as I mentioned. This won't be a long quarter. Now just 4 goals for the term. Guadnan to Van Berlo, taken by Blackwell in a good tackle, but Guadnan won't be denied. He got the hand pass out to Coonan. Luckily, that one went straight onto the chest of Kerr. Van Berlo. Now Nelson is the kicker out in front of Salikas. Oh, play on is the call. Gee, he was filthy before. He'll be absolutely murderous now as the kick goes from Holt. And that has gone over the line and out of bounds on the full. That's disappointing.
He's unlucky, isn't he? That's
a mark.
He's taken that all the way to the ground.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't a mark, it was probably chopping the arms as well, because his hand came right over his shoulder.
Kerr with the free kick, again close to the boundary line. Well, it's going to be Anthony Salikas. I think they might be making amends. This time he's got a free kick.
That's the square up.
Wants to centre the footy. That's the way he goes. Looking there for Chris Coonan, and that was a great mark. Well, he kicked it to position. He knew Coonan was there, and the tallest man in the pack flew the highest, and good safe hands.
And an area for improvement for Chris Coonan, definitely. If he can go forward and take a mark and kick a goal, it's an added bonus for West Perth. It's something that he probably hasn't done a lot of in his career.
He's not strong overhead, though. He hasn't been. Really, has he?
No. He's okay around the ground.
He's converted there. Strong mark, good kick. So West Perth get the quick reply, and with it they get the...
Obviously West Perth have changed that a bit.
Guadnan and Nelson combined, Nelson being the kicker, well inside 50. Gee, getting a strategic hand to it there was a Holt, but the ball fell to the favour of Anthony Salikas. The opportunist throws it onto his boot and gets the first score of the second half.
Yeah.
So Aaron Black from right on the 50. Plenty of distance, and what a mark! Oh, that's the trademark of Anthony Salikas. By no means the tallest player in that pack, but eyes for the footy, strong hands, and committed himself.
That is his textbook, but if you're a defender there and you're playing on Anthony Salikas, you've always got early body work. You're not going to ever let him have a run and jump at the ball. And if you look at that mark again, it was just an outstanding mark. He has all the space, no one's manning him, and he gets the free jump, and he has got great hands. You look here, where's the extra one? He's the other side of the contest.
Bartholomew's kick was blanketed. Sorry, Spin.
I just think both teams are pretty happy to be in this situation at the moment. They want to get a win. It's just going to be a dour struggle.
It's almost like they're waiting for the last 15 minutes like basketball, and we'll have a shootout.
We had a pretty unusual wind rather than breeze down at Peel last week. And Darren, is this breeze across the ground and sort of almost favouring the end to the right of our screen is a bit unusual as Foster gathers the footy. It missed Orzell, through crashes Abbott. Now there's a chance for Brendan Abbott. Gets it onto the left boot, sends it high, and he's put it through. Oh, what a great solo effort. We've really been waiting for this young man to unleash himself. Now he gathers it. Franz.
Go through.
A little bit of a throw, and you're right, Spin. I think no doubt Aaron Holt was very happy for that to go through.
And this is the rebound that I was talking about earlier.
Murphy creates it, got it from Holt. Now he needs to find Richardson. Oh, Rasmussen just got the strategic hand, gathers it on the follow-up and then tried to deliver it to Rode. He didn't attack the ball. Roberts does for Claremont. He might have got one in the back, surely. Umpire says play on. Blackwell's got it in any case. Off to Atchison. Great vision by Atchison. It was touched, but he got the ball across to Orzell very cleverly. Now they can set something up. Here's Foster. Time for a bounce. Can he deliver it to Williams? He can. Not though on the full. He needed a better kick than that. Oh, he shrugs off the would-be tackler. Hand passes unselfishly. It goes then brilliantly to Richardson, and the young man's kicked a goal. They're on their feet, the Tiger supporters.
Made almost harder work of it than they had to then, but it's a great finish and really well done. Like some great battles here. Rasmussen comes off, gives the fist, but really good vision out here to Orzell, and Foster seems to be involved in everything that comes inside forward 50. Doesn't quite hit the target there, but just the pace here. Really good pace of Williams.
Not slow.
Williams has dished off as he should, and Richardson finishes the goal.
Well, he's probably been one of the, quieter forwards up there, so it's good that he's actually got his hands on the footy and actually kicked that goal. But
he's second for the day.
Second for the day, not good. And I thought the real work was done by here, like you said, Darren, from the Claremont backline, really battling hard to win possession of the footy and then pump it forward.
Yeah, there's just one after the other keeping the pressure on West Perth, who looked like they had the numbers and the forward momentum. It was a great effort, and geez, we've got a game on our hands.
Plenty of tension in the coaches' boxes, as you could see from that earlier vision. Black cleverly gives the hand pass off to Nelson. Another clearance from Nelson. He's been brilliant. This is Stephen Edwards showing some toe. Wants to shake off the would-be tackler. Does brilliantly. Hand passes the ball to Bentley, and it's going to go back to... It was a relayed free kick. It was, I think, an infringement against Edwards behind the play. So Bentley squares the ball to Murphy.
Go on, stay down. Hold that, Matt.
Willett.
Hold that, Matt. Well, me.
All of a sudden you get a couple of goals, you get a little bit of confidence. Every players start to move, opportunities start to present themselves a lot more, don't they?
Roberts. Holt. Blackwell needs to find his man. Orzell just needed to attack the ball a bit harder. Roberts again. Murphy's hand pass. Well, I thought it had missed it. Well, it did miss Holt, but Blackwell was there, as he always is. Picking it up on the half volley, Seavey. Atchison now just throws the ball onto his boot. A real floater, hovering up in the air. No mark taken by Kerr. Brown was there. Good at the pressure there from Meeks. Darcy Cameron gathers it. A wobbler, but he wobbles it through, and Claremont have got the lead. An inspired last 5 or 6 minutes by the Tigers. What a quarter of footy.
And I think Spinner hit the nail on the head. It's been a different 4 or 5 minutes of football. The ball's out, it's flowing, it's a WAFL game of footy that we're used to seeing.
Ryan Neitz, if you just had a look at this here, that's a great pick-up firstly by Seavey, and this is the effort that I like. Ryan Neitz, 1-on-2 here, pushes in, creates the ball, gets it to the ground. He's a little fella, that's where his best work is. And then the ruckman, he does a bit of roving as well on the left foot, and he'd be very, very happy about that. Cameron, no doubt.
He is pumped.
Be a good highlights package of Neitz today with regards to some of his 1% efforts. They've been outstanding.
Yeah, he was 20-plus possession winner last week in a losing effort. Probably hasn't had as much of the footy today, but yeah, the 1%ers have been outstanding. Cameron gets it down to Murphy. Hurried kick not taken by Orzell. Might get a second chance. Does get a second chance just inside the centre square. Bit of a floater into the pocket, going back safely, Bartholomew. Experience was needed. He delivered and then gives it to another experienced player, a co-captain in Luke Tedesco.
Move it on. Play on.
There goes the Tedesco kick. In front, Black. Didn't get the second opportunity. Nelson left it behind for a change, but Black was there, gave it off to Fowl. A little check side kick to keep it in play. That was clever. He's got it to Antonio. Lays it off to Rasmussen. I beg your pardon, is it Rasmussen? I don't think it is. It's Johnson. Johnson showed some pace. He was off balance as he kicked, but nearly a one-hander. Salikas gathers at the second attempt, and Anthony Salikas has got 4. Oh, well, he didn't take the mark. Tedesco kicking into it. Ball at the back of the pack, anticipating that Van Berlo. Couldn't get possession, however. Bentley got it out to Ledger. Now it's with Neitz. He got it from Murphy. And what's he done with it? He's put it through.
It's
Well, they don't want him off for too long, that's for sure. And the cut, I think, maybe at the back of the head. Meanwhile, Cameron, he won the tap, but Jones nearly sharked it. They got away with that. Blackwell again in a tight spot was so cool. He's able to kick the ball defensively out wide onto the arena and force another throw in.
It's those 50-50 ones in it. Jones is clean there, like he sharked it beautifully. Read the hit. If he takes that clean, it's inside forward 50. Every contest becomes really important now.
Here's another one. They become more and more important the deeper the game gets. Now that's going to be against Chris Coonan, so Darcy Cameron, he's proving his worth, no doubt about that.
For me, this lands about 30 out from goals. Get it in there long.
It's going to land about 35 out from goal. Now it's inside 25 metres, and look who's got it. Andrew Foster puts it away on goal, and that could be the ball game. Just happy to sit off him there was Abbott. Then he paddles the ball off cleverly to Cameron. He goes to Taylor, blanketed off the boot by Gwadden, and Gwadden hacks the ball along the ground. As the whistle goes, so too is the siren. It is all over. A lot of tired and sore players out on the ground, but the Claremont players won't be feeling a thing.